So one time a lady brought her son to the pharmacy and she said she wanted to treat the child. And according to her neighbor said she spent 7,500 or 8,500 to treat her child. And then she brought her own child with similar symptoms. I mean, it was malaria. And they told her the bill. The bill was about 30% or 40% more than what her neighbor who referred her spent on her own child, because the her child and the neighbor's child were about the same age, and but of course not the same size. So she was like, no, I cannot spend this kind of money. My neighbor spent this amount, why am I spending so high? And then the pharmacist tried to explain, madam, this is why you're spending high. And then she's like, no, she not agree continue the treatment. She took her results and she went out to get medication whenever she felt like she could. Now, why am I sharing this story? I'm sharing it because many people do this thing. Treatment of children, I mean even adults, is based on body weight. If your child, who's supposed to be a child, is weighing like an adult, that child is not going to be taking what children of his or her age will be taking, because most medications are given based on body weight. There are times where, considering that this person is actually a child, maybe the drug have some specific adverse effect and whatever, clinicians or medical practitioners can decide to, like, still not give as much as the weight is speaking, and then do something really relatively okay for the child. But there are cases where, once the weight of your child is saying this, the child is going to be taken based on that weight. So please don't think that because child A was treated with a medication worth 5,000, and then you bring your child who is weighing almost your kg, and you think the child is going to be taking the same 5,000 naira worth of treatment. Pharmacists actually face this thing almost every day, especially community pharmacies, where people be like, oh, but no, other people they spend this amount. Why am I spending this amount? No, it doesn't always work that way. Yes, because if you've observed, when you go to the pharmacy, they weigh the child, take the body weight, and then from there you see them do some calculations. It's not because they don't know what to do, it's because they're trying to get what is specifically okay for that child. And that's why when you go to the hospital, on the prescription sheet, most times you see them write the not yeah, they always write it the weight of the child, because that's going to guide with why the particular dose was given and all of that. So the next time you want to visit a pharmacy, you don't have it in mind that your child is going to take what another child took, because they are probably of the same age. It doesn't work that way. We look more specifically at the weight more than the age of a child. Yes, because the drug does not really know, or the medication does not really know how old your child is, but it can tell the level of adipose tissues the drug has to like cross, pass through, and all of that. The large masses of fat that drug will have to like be distributed to, and all of that. And sometimes most of these things can actually reduce the amount of drug that finally gets into the blood to work. So when you're coming to the pharmacy, bear in mind that what you're expecting might not be what you get. Yes, so be open minded, ask questions, but don't try to over argue, because when you argue too much, you might not get the optimum care that you or your child deserve. Okay, try to be cooperative. I gotta go now.